Hey folks, oops, good to see ya, or be seen by you, I don't know, either way. Hope you're doing well on this Wednesday afternoon. Just aware of so many things going on in the life of our country and our world and our community. Today is the 5th anniversary of the shooting at Mother Emanuel Church in Charleston. Wouldn't it be nice if we could say how far we've come since then? But we can't. Not yet. So for me, that's been on my mind a lot. Not just the anniversary, but just this opportunity maybe to finally turn the corner on our national sin of racism. Anyway, today I'm going to play some spirituals that have been used at various times as part of the protest movement. Speaking of that, this Friday I am not going to do my Facebook Live. I want us to observe Juneteenth, which is the commemoration of the freeing of the slaves in 1865. And at 5 o'clock on Friday, this amazing group called Sweet Honey in the Rock is doing a live Facebook or YouTube, or I think you can do it on their website as well. So I'm going to be doing that, and I think that's an appropriate way to spend Juneteenth. You can go to sweethoneyin.therock.org/Juneteenth and you can find more information about that. Anyway, for today, for June 17th, we're just going to do some spirituals. song Kumbaya is perhaps one of the more misunderstood songs to come out of the African American spiritual tradition. Like a lot of those songs, its origins are a little bit uncertain. And like a lot of them, and no surprise, a white preacher claimed authorship of it. He was from Oregon, and there's a marker near his grave talking about how he was the composer of Come By Here and several other African American spirituals that he claimed authorship of. Also, probably not true is that this song came from West Africa or Africa, and what is known is that it was first started showing up around the beginning of the 20th century, and was part of African American culture. Ended up traveling all around the world, and became a song used in a lot of the protest movements and a lot of the deep spiritual experiences of people who were longing to know that God was with them and God would come by here. It got super popular, and pretty much everybody recorded it. Joan Baez and Pete Seeger, and it's a great recording by Sweet Honey and the Rock. Maybe they'll do that on Friday night. It became so popular that it kind of became synonymous with mushy-gushy, touchy-feely, not full of much meaning spirituality, and people jokingly talk about, we're not all gonna hold hands and sing Kumbaya. But I don't know, maybe it's time to think about doing that again. It's had a number of verses about not just come by here, Lord, and someone's crying, but verses that really express the pain and the shared suffering of a people. So tonight, I'm going to reclaim Kumbaya as an expression of our longing for God to come by here, and for a spirit of reconciliation and peace and hope and healing to sweep over us. wherever you are tonight, you're feeling God's presence with you. And you're feeling that presence strong enough to be nudging you forward to find what it is that God's calling you to do to help make this world better. Don't forget, on this Friday, we'll be taking Juneteenth off, and I would encourage you to check out sweethoneyandtherock.org/Juneteenth and join their live concert from the Lincoln Theater in Washington, D.C. Have a great rest of your Wednesday night, and stay safe. I'll see you again here next Monday, and hopefully see you at the concert Friday, and also see you in church on Sunday. Take care of yourself. Stay connected. Be good. Bye.